The Silencer issue 12, Dan Abnett with Jack Herbert on the art. So, Matt, you caught up with this, didn't you?
Yep.
You caught up. So all three of us are going to talk
now I
about
can
this.
talk.
This is weird.
This is weird, yeah. We're so used to this just being me and Connor. So last issue, I think we praised it heavily for continuously getting better, and it felt like it was the most dramatically, like, succinct point that it had made up until that point was, Honor standing defiant at the end of the issue in face of Talia.
Yep.
I think the trend continues because I think this issue, obviously we know Talia from other books in the DC universe and reputation. I think this issue specifically makes Talia a worthwhile nemesis in this specific book.
I think more importantly than that is it makes Honor seem more important. Because we already know Talia, we're familiar with her, we know what a threat she can be, and having her be afraid of Honor.
Oh, sure, absolutely, yeah. I think this does like multiple things that's really smart. I think the first half of the book, where Honor does, stays defiant, and she has that big action scene where she basically starts John Wicking around the room and taking out Leviathan as much best she can.
I love the art touch continued. You know, the end of the last issue we talked about the spotlighting effect. It followed on here, and it's like the first page with them. It's that double page spread, and it's just done in the coloring where they're not quite as flat as everyone else.
Yeah.
Just the two of them, and everyone else is flattened into the background a touch more, so they pop out. It's a great little effect.
Yeah, and that face. I mean, she ultimately loses because it is like a room full of supervillains, so she's not going to win necessarily. But she gets far enough until she's almost stabbed, and Talia stops it. But I think what I love most about that 2-page layout is that final panel, because Talia's like, "Oh, your final chance are to bow down before me and swear your allegiance," and she's just like, "No." And it's just this moment. It's like, yeah, F yeah, you're rooting for Honor to kick her ass.
Yeah.
And what I love about this is that once Talia flips the tables and then she reveals, "Hey, I'll make you an offer. You swear your loyalty to me. You can't get out of this. But if you swear your loyalty, I'll make sure your family's safe." And then she reveals that she's got someone there. The person that her husband's talking to at the embassy is one of hers, and she'll either save them, or kill them. And it's like, for as strong as the first half of this book made Honor look, as strong as Talia saying she'd be scared of Honor if she wronged her. Because the idea that this deal will work, because if she does do something to her family, she'll be terrified of Honor forever. She will never be able to get away from that.
Right. She called Honor's bluff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, she's gonna have to deal with Honor being that snake, right?
Yeah.
Constantly ready to strike.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the idea that she would, like, it sells Honor. It sells Honor a lot because she would be worried about this if she did betray Honor. But at the same time, her putting her in this place where she has to make this choice to swear allegiance again for the safety of her family, then shows how strong Talia is. It shows how smart Talia is. It shows how much power she still has. So it equally puts her hero on this pedestal, but at the same time puts her villain one more up and says, no, the villain's... And which is what you want. You want the villain to feel worse and feel stronger until the hero eventually wins.
Yeah.
You want your hero to feel like they're up against the odds. And I think this issue does that pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, definitely. And then it kicks her out a window.
And then she stabs her and kicks her.
Stabs her in the chest.
Yeah.
And then kicks her out a window.
Because she killed her back in issue 6, and she's like, yeah. And I assume she'll throw in a Lazarus pit and be like, okay, now I've killed you and you've came back. So
yeah, we're even.
Yeah, we're even.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I will say that
I laughed
upon
at the
catching up... What, go ahead.
The editor's note, it just said, if you haven't read Silencer issue 6 yet, it was awesome. I'm like, yeah, it was.
It was good, but I feel like the book has gotten. I feel like the last 2 or 3 issues of the book are the best it's been.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, I agree with that, because catching up, there was a slide to get through the first section, but it wasn't. It felt very 90s, and then as it settled into this back half, it just feels like its own thing now. But no, I will say that low key, my favorite character is the head of Quietus, just because it's such an odd.
Yeah, he's great.
Character piece.
And he's sticking around because, Talia saves his head and is like, you've always been the most loyal,
Yeah. The art's great again this issue, with the exception of some serious boob sockage going on. especially on Talia.
I love how
That's become a thing.
just why I agree with this, because I noticed it in Talia and then I thought it's weird how it's on Talia but Honor doesn't have this problem. And I guess that it's the artist's way of distinguishing that Honor's wearing armor and Talia's wearing more of a...
It's weird though that Talia is clearly wearing this very free-flowing robe.
Yes.
And it's like, that's the one that sticks tight. I did find it particularly egregious here, though. Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. The action looks good, though. Everything with, because one of the things that happens at the embassy is that Honor's husband kind of realizes he doesn't really know a lot about her. He doesn't know what her parents were or where she went to school or like any of this stuff.
Yeah. I loved some touch in the art I realized is the panel where Talia kicks her out the window and it's just the silhouette.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great panel.
No, I can't believe how much I like this book. If you went back to like when they announced all these...
Yeah, this was because I remember, because this one, obviously at the start had Romita Jr. on art, and this was probably the one you were least excited for because of that.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, he has a brain.
I'm not saying he should have been excited based on Romita Jr.
It is funny. It is much as I think at that point we're already enjoying Aquaman, but I don't think Abnett was an excited. Whereas I think this is between this and I'm enjoying Titans, but I think this is better than Titans. This is a better book. So, yeah, I don't know. Credit where credit's due.
It's weird though that Abnett still doesn't excite me as a name, even though
I know
I'm really enjoying this book.
And you enjoyed a lot of Aquaman as well.
Yeah, but you tell me Abnett's taking over Justice League Odyssey, I go, eh.
There's hope there, though. There's hope that he'll pull another one of these out.
This is the thing. Abnett can be good. Clearly, he can be very good, but just something about his name just doesn't excite me when he's announced on a book.
Yeah. If we wrap it up with Silence today, which was a very good issue, Matt, what do you give it up?
So I'm gonna give it an 8. It's the art's there, the story's there. So.
Okay, yeah. Connor?
Yeah, I agree with the 8 actually.
I'm going to go with 8.5. I'm going to go one step higher and go with 8.5. I really liked it.